Hello and welcome to the Kindred Essence Tarot and to my latest reading, which is on a message from your pet. So this could be a current pet or a deceased pet, whatever you're drawn to, whatever your pet you're drawn to think about, and then pick a particular pile. So a message for your pet. Think of a particular pet, and then pick a particular pet. Also, another, if you have several pets, maybe another pet might pop through in a reading. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get started. A message from your pet, pile number 1. Okay, pile number 1, what is the message that your pet wants you to know? I'm hearing love yourself. And what I heard is this, well, fascinating. But before I turn that over, I heard that the pet is trying to cut off something in your life that doesn't belong. And we've got the Knight of Swords. So he's very definite, and he's got a sword. And if you look at this looks like a sword as well too. So the pet is saying it's important for you to cut off some energy that is not appropriate and to up level. So this is a pet that's very much trying to help you on your spiritual path, helping you level up. And this pet wants you to cut something or some energy. It could be a person, but it's more likely an energy off. And the pet wants you to move away from that energy and to not look back. So that the pet is this feels like a pet that's very concerned about your mental well-being and very watchful about your emotional state and very watchful about those that you have around them. And it wants you to go away from something, and it almost wants you with the Judgment card, and I kind of covered that because of YouTube, the Judgment card, but because of the imagery on it. But it's sort of like it wants you to up level in something. It wants you to cut off something. You look at this right here. This is very much a cutting stone right here. It wants you to move away for something, but the whole energy behind it is that the spiritual pet wants you to feel is it wants you to up level and move beyond this. And I'm hearing you'll know what this is. And I'm hearing for some it may or may not surprise you to know that this pet knows what it is too. I'm hearing this pet may know more about your circumstances, about your the issues that you've dealt with than you may think. This pet may have intimate psychological knowledge of you that you're not even aware that it has. And I'm hearing that the stuff that's going on with you, the troublesome situations, this pet has watched you deal with this more than you think. And it really wants you to up level, and it cut something off. Cut off some energy that no longer serves you. And it may be helping you energetically behind the scenes. Maybe I see a sort of a reddish brown dog, but it's not going to resonate. A cat or a reddish brown dog, but that's not going to resonate for everybody. But it's kind of a simple message, so I'm going to move on to the next one. So, pile number 2. What does your pet want you to know? There we go. Pile number 2. What does the pet want you to know? Page of Swords. Interesting. It's kind of a dark energy here. Let's see what else. 3 of Cups. So it's sort of like this pet kind of wants some form of fun in its life. And it feels a little bit disconnected right now. And I'm hearing it's not any fault of your own, because it's like I'm hearing this image of like you go to the pet. It may feel a little bit like sort of a little bit forlorn. It's not like it blames you, but it's sort of like it's a sense of sort of like the sense of being forlorn, the sense of being like being sort of not cast out, but sort of, yeah, it feels sort of like cast out, and sort of like it's not a part of your life in the way that it wishes it would be. It's sort of like it wishes that it wishes it had like a certain emotional connection with you that it doesn't feel that it has right now. It feels like almost distanced from you. Like that's the sense that I'm getting. It's sort of like it feels distant, and like it's like it wants you to come together with it in a specific way. And that could be cuddles. It could be even, I'm hearing for some, it could be telepathy in some cases. It wants to practice some sort of like emotional telepathy with you. Interesting, you've got Page of Swords and Page of Wands, and it's almost like it almost feels like, okay, interesting, really super interesting, because we've got the Page of Swords here and the Page of Wands. It sort of feels like you are in separate worlds now, and it's like it's the Page of Swords almost vying for some sort of attention and connection, and you're over here like being almost like you have a good, it's like a go-getter energy, and that's good. I'm hearing it thinks that it's good, and that's interesting because I'm hearing that you may be in this go-getting energy because you actually care about the pet and you almost want it to have a better life, but it kind of feels a little bit abandoned. So I'm hearing that sort of some cuddles or even telepathy. If you want to practice telepathy, it's almost like it is kind of wants more emotional. This cat, oh, I said cat, it could be a dog too. Could even be interesting, it could even be a horse. I don't know if that would resonate for, or an unusual pet, like a goat or a hooved, like an unusual pet. Or maybe it's been an unusual pet or something, some unusual pet. But it's sort of like it wants that sort of telepathy, like you may even want to gaze into its eyes and pet it and just try and create this, like spend maybe 10, even 20 minutes creating this emotional connection with this pet, because that is what it wants. It wants you to succeed too at your goals and aspirations, but it wants that connection too, and it feels distant. It feels like it doesn't have that. It feels kind of forlorn, and it wants to have that. So that was pile number 2. And I'm hearing you may or may not realize that, because sometimes we don't know exactly what's going in our pet, wrong with our pet. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we have a slight inclination. But yeah, this pet really wants that telepathy with you. That sort of that emotional connection, telepathy with you, or cuddles combined with that. Interesting. It wants to see into your mind, and maybe it wants you to see into its mind as well too. So that was pile number 2. Pile number 3. What message does your pet have? Oh, interesting. Beautiful stone is one of my favorite stones. So let's see. What will the message be? Okay, the Fool. The Fool. 9 of Swords. So I'm hearing that it wants you not to worry and to connect to your heart. That's what your pet wants. And Knight of Swords. And it may have seen you display a lot of frenetic, worried energy. I'm hearing that this pet, sometimes I'm hearing you may need to tell it that it's like sometimes our pets take on energy. I'm hearing you may want to tell it that I don't want you to take on my energy. I don't want you to take on my heartbreak. I want you to I want you to basically take on that heartbreak. And it's sort of like basically it's almost like wants a balanced energy. And it's sort of like you feel it sort of like there's something chaotic going on in your life, and it sort of wants a balance at it. So you may want to reassure, but it may not help, because sometimes pets want to help no matter what. But it's sort of like it wants to help you, but it's like you've got this energy of everything is everywhere all at once, is what I'm hearing. Interesting. Everything is everywhere all at once, and it's sort of like there may be a chaotic energetically, but there may actually be like chaotic physically too. Something in your environment. I don't know. Maybe a landlord. It may be like some sort of weird organizational mess or something. Yeah, interesting. It may even be a landlord, but something feels unsafe. Maybe perhaps to both of you right now. But it's sort of like, I'm hearing that it's sort of like it's almost like this boundaries need to be reasserted, and sort of something needs to be reasserted, like with the pet, like sort of a sense of understanding, a sense of, okay, this is where we're at now. This is what's gonna happen now, and it's sort of like it's like basically, yeah, it's like you want to reassert this boundaries, or not boundaries, but sort of an agreement needs to be reasserted. You know, like when there's a company, there's like every year, sometimes companies, it's kind of feels silly, but you know what I mean, like sort of like a performance review, and you see, oh, where are we at, it's sort of like this recalibration needs to happen, like a sense of understanding of, and maybe it needs some, the pet may need some sense of safety and to know that everything's all right, because like pets are very energy sensitive, even when we don't want them to. So it kind of wants you, I think the core of this message is that the pet wants you to like sort of reconnect with yourself. It wants you to like reconnect with your heart, and I'm hearing it can be hard to do that with the chaos in your life right now, with the sense of like the sense of chaos in your life right now. But it's like the whole, or you may feel that way, or maybe something out there, but it's the whole point is to connect with your heart. The pet wants you to connect with your heart and truly love and accept yourself. Like, so it's trying to, or maybe be trying to help you in your dreams. It may be doing dream work, trying to almost energetically heal your heart and heal your life at the same time. So the pet, but it's quite, it feels like a delicate operation, and it's like the pet feels like it's almost like it's like a lot to handle, and it's almost like it kind of feels like a dedicated warrior that will do anything for you, though. That's the feeling I get from your pet. It's like a dedicated warrior, but sometimes it feels like there's a lot of chaos and worry, and it's sort of like it's like too much sometimes. If it's not that you're too much, but maybe the situation that you're in is too much, or it may be like a very sensitive, energetically sensitive pet that takes on everything and tries to take responsibility for everything, but feels very like it's a lot to handle. And it wants to connect to its heart, and it wants you to connect to its heart as well, if that makes any sense. So that's pile number 3. Now let's see pile number 4. What message does your pet wish to impart to you? Interesting. I'm always interested in when the stone comes up, because it's kind of an interesting, complex nature. So we've got the 2 of, I'm hearing that this dog or whoever may feel that you're not, that it's not the most important priority. It kind of gives a jealous vibe of like, what do you, it almost, I'm getting the image of this jealous dog. It could be a cat too, but it's sort of a jealous dog that has this, that's getting all sorts of like wrong ideas in its head about what you're up to, what you're doing, and it's sort of like, I want, it's kind of like, I'm hearing it say, me, you're not paying enough attention to me. And it's sort of like, what are you doing? It's almost like, it almost gives me the sense of like a jealous partner who's kind of like, where do you go all day, and why do you spend enough time with me? It's sort of like waiting for you, and feeling that it's not the number one priority. And I'm hearing that you have limits, though. So it's like you can't, like you have limits, and you can't. It feels almost like an extremely needy wanting. It wants more, and it's sort of like it feels emotionally unsatiated. And I'm here. It's like you. It's like it feels emotionally insatiated or unsatiated, and it's like because of this, it's like creating. It's like, when people, like with people, this happens to people. They'll create all these kind of stories, like about what's happening, like something will happen, right? And it's made, like, for example, their partner will be like an hour late, or their friend will not call them for a couple weeks or something, and they'll create all these stories in his head, and it will get worse and worse and worse, and like to the point it's like it's been blown up from the original proportion. It's almost like this pet is like creating ideas, like it almost has like a mentally ill, I'm not insulting your pet or anything, but it almost has like this psychological mental illness. A jealous dog, I'm getting a picture that has this psychological mental illness that has it. So you may want to actually communicate telepathically, have the intention to tell this dog or whatever it is that, like, you, like it's basically inform about what's going on and kind of quell its sort of psychotic over imagination psyche type thing. It's got a real the high priestess. It's like, it's almost like this I keep on getting a dog for some reason, but it's like it's trying to figure out what's happening, and it's almost trying to use its intuition, but it's coming up with these weird ideas using its intuition that are not based on reality. So it sounds funny, but your pet may need a reality check about what's going on. And you may want to practice telepathy with the high priestess to help. Like, you may even want to just spend some time, like spend an hour with your pet and just telepathically, like, stare into its eyes, tell it what's really going on, and give it some kind, reassuring words. Give it some kind, reassuring words of what's really going on, type thing. And yeah, you may want to do that. And it's sort of like the world. It's sort of like I pulled the world card. I just want to cover it with something because it's YouTube, but it sort of like feels, it may even feel like you're doing something, you're doing something without it. It's like, I get this image of like, it doesn't like, and it kind of gives me an unreasonable, like your pet may be a little bit unreasonable, like, because you can't bring it to, it's almost like it would want you to bring it to work. It would want you to bring it to the store. It would want you to bring it to the doctor's office. It would want you to bring it to the dentist. Everywhere it goes, it wants to be with you. But it's kind of, it's sort of this energy with this pet is, you may want to sort of figure out a way how to meet some of this pet's needs by telling what's going on, spending more time with it, explaining what's going on, but also realizing it's not reasonable for you to, I mean, you're a human being. Like, I'm getting this pet has some sort of unreasonable expectations that it needs to be kind of put in check. Like, it needs to know that you can't, like, you may be making a compromise with it, saying, you know what, I can't bring you to work, I can't bring you to the doctor's office, I can't bring you on it. Like, it's like, it would like to almost go, if you're going on a date with somebody, it would like to be there. If you're meeting a friend, if you're going to a party, it's like, it's not a seeing eye dog, though. It's not, you can't bring it everywhere. It's like, it wants to be a seeing eye dog. It's got almost a very dominant, controlling energy. What an interesting dog. But it needs to have its expectations slightly or ever so slightly mitigated, so that it can, like, integrate into your life in sort of a more healthy way. But I'm hearing that you need to have almost a negotiation with it, where you can, maybe it's with telepathy, have a negotiation with this pet, explain to it what are the appropriate boundaries, where it can go, where it can't go, sort of like what part of it, like, it may want something, it may have some demands that you can, like, use telepathy. I get that you need to really, you may even want to get the book by Amelia Kincaid, which is about pet telepathy, or it's about different, look her up, Amelia Kincaid. You may want to order a book about how to connect to your pet telepathically, and she talks about that. But it's sort of like, you may want to sort of essentially basically connect to your pet and like essentially like figure out. But yeah, I get a militant kid. This dog needs to sort of know where it stands, and you'd really, it would benefit from you getting into its psyche, no matter how kind of odd its psyche may be. It would benefit if you got that book by Amelia Kincaid and got into its psyche and just worked with it psychologically to figure out the boundaries of your pet human relationship and where it can go, and what you can do to maybe make it feel more part of your life, but without it overstepping boundaries, if that makes any sense. I hope that makes sense. It was a kind of a longer one for this reading, but it felt important. So that was pile number 4. Let's go to pile number 5. Hello, pile number 5. What do we have? 4 of wands, or 4 of cups, 2 of pentacles, and 10 of cups. So I'm hearing that this pet actually feels positive. It feels relatively positive. It feels like it's kind of, it feels almost congratulatory, like almost like it's kind of like a positive message, like you've balanced some aspect of your life out and you've moved into a better situation, and it's happy for that. Like, it may be even happy with your partner. It may want to tell you that. It may even, interesting, that's an interesting message. The Emperor, it feels happy, or some aspect of your life that's leveled up. It may feel that you've moved into a better house, a better situation, after being sort of, like stuck for a while, and it feels almost proud of you, that it's like, it feels like you've come for full circle to a better situation. It feels like it's almost like it's watched your journey, and it feels like you've leveled up, and it's very proud of that. You've leveled up, you've grounded something into your reality, and it may have watched your tough journey from being in some really sordid, I'm hearing sordid situations that came up, like sordid situations. It's maybe actually seen you go through a lot of trauma, and oh wow, that pulled out again. That's why I like this card pulled out with this, and it's the same as this, the 7 of Pentacles. So that's why I like to combine. If you look at this, what I have right here, I combine 2 decks, right? I have the traditional deck and then another deck. I forget what it's called, and I combine them together. And I do that so I can have more of a full reading and get, like, sometimes you pull the same energies again, so it's kind of fascinating. But anyway, it's like you've gone through, so it's congratulating you, and I'm hearing you may feel sort of the insecurity, like, is your pet all right with this new situation? Is your pet fine? I'm hearing, no, it feels fine. It's almost like it feels like it wasn't happy before because you weren't happy. It's happy when you're happy. So it felt very unhappy before, or not very unhappy before, but it may have been felt, it's almost like that's in the past though, like you moved into another situation, or maybe for some, like you're about to, or you're getting close to, I'm hearing like 10 weeks or even 10 days, you're moving into a really better situation financially. And I'm hearing interesting, I mean, when you eat well, I eat well. So it's something, that's what the pet says. It's like, when you eat well, I eat well. So there may have been an upgrade financially. There may have been an upgrade emotionally, but there may have been an upgrade in your life financially. And so there may have been an improvement to sort of this cat or dog standard of life, like its food quality. It may just feel the glow of some form of success, and therefore it feels better about that. Or it may be in some cases, it may be encouraging you into higher levels of success, and sort of thinking like transition, pull the transition card. Interesting. So it's sort of like you may be in a transition, and it's guiding you towards a better, you may be already there, or you may be in the journey to that better transition. And it's sort of like It may be, yeah, like transition. And it's basically like, if I'm hearing it say, so maybe food is important to this cat or dog. It's like, or maybe, yeah, maybe food quality. Like, I'm hearing food quality is really important. So I'm hearing that it appreciates the high quality food. Or, we gotta drink the water. Or it anticipates like something that you're up leveling, you're in the transition of an upgrade, some sort of upgrade, and it feels like it already does, or it feels like it's going to eat better when you eat better. Like the quality, it's like almost like its eyes are getting, it somehow correlates your higher financial or up some sort of emotional upgrade, a better person, a better living arrangement, a better person in your life, a better partner, a better financial, whatever it is, it correlates that to having better quality food. Or maybe you may have found a partner who gives this pet, in some cases, or you will, or you have, that gives this pet special treats. Maybe it gives it like table scraps that it shouldn't. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to give any recommendations on any dietary, requirement of your pet, but it's something about, yeah, when you eat better, when you up level, it eats better quality food, and it really appreciates high quality food and the process of you getting better and up leveling to create that better quality food. Interesting. So that was pile number 5. Now let's go into pile number 6, the message from your pet. Okay, we've got King of Cups. So I'm hearing the pet wants you to deal with something emotionally so it can be free. Interesting. Connolly Tarot, the trumpet. So that's the message that it says. It's like it wants you to deal with something emotionally so it will be free. Oh wow. And I said emotionally, and then we've got the Ace of Cups. This is the ultimate emotional card. So it's sort of like it really wants you to up level to the, and it may be helping you with it, but it's sort of like it feels, maybe it's been sent into your life to help you with this emotional issue, and once it feels that it's helped you, it will be free. It will feel, or it's accomplished something. So it's sort of like it's helping you almost sort through your emotions, your various, it's like you're cycling through these emotions, and it really wants you to up level to something better. So it really wants an upgrade for you, an emotional upgrade. It kind of doesn't want you to, it wants you to focus too, this pet. It wants you to focus on what you want. And I'm hearing too, it doesn't want you, it's an interesting message I got here. The pet doesn't want you to focus so much on it. And it wants you, because I'm hearing that it's almost like you focus a lot of concern on this pet, and that's good. I'm not saying that isn't good, because that's good. You have a lot of care and concern for this pet, but it's almost like this pet wants you to focus, like you're very focused on this pet almost, and it wants you to focus on yourself, because it wants you to focus on your like it doesn't want you to focus on it so much. I'm not saying I continue to give it attention, give it love and cuddles and food and whatever else, but it wants you to, like, it's really trying to encourage you to go on your own journey. Like it wants you, and it wants you to release negative emotion. That's the most important thing. It wants you to up level towards something that's, it doesn't want you to be caught in the past. It wants you to move forward and release heartbreak. Entering the 3 of Swords here. It's almost like it sees you in a dungeon. It wants you to be free, because then it will be free. But I'm hearing this pet feels a lot of love from you, and it feels a lot of good intentions. Like I'm hearing you really, really take care of this pet. You really attend to this needs. I'm hearing you're 10 out of 10 in terms of a pet owner. I'm hearing you're a 10 out of 10 pet owner, but it wants you, it's almost wants you to focus on yourself. It wants you to focus on your sort of, it feels like you should do something that it wants you to do to make your life, maybe leaving a negative, it's either leaving a negative situation, leaving a really negative, almost rival or bad situation behind, and moving towards something good. It wants you to leave something bad behind and move to something good. So you can, or it may feel that there's like toxic people around you. Like, no, it really wants you to, it resents narcissist is what I'm hearing. It resents sort of like the narcissist. I'm hearing it's very protective of you, and you may, I'm hearing you may, it may feel that you let the wrong people into your life or something, or narcissistic people, and it wants you to let the pain of the past go and stop attracting these bad people into your life, because it thinks it thinks that you take care of it at a 10 out of 10 level, and you deserve, it only wants you to have the best people in your life. It only wants you to have, it wants you to just release those negative energies, and it wants you to basically go for people that it really wants you to lose the bad people. I'm hearing it wants you to lose it wants you to lose the what do you call it, the dog, I don't know, like the crappy dog food people, right? Or the crappy, I don't know, the crappy, like low quality dog food people, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's all we've, maybe one more message. Yeah, and another message. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm hearing disappointments here. You do not have to accept disappointing people. You do not have to. That's the message that it's hearing. You do not have to accept disappointing people and people who stab you in the back. Like I'm hearing like low quality. It really wants you to attract good people and release sadness and attract good people into your life, and also correct mistaken assumptions about yourself that you don't deserve good people. I want you to release these energies and release your demons. I get a strong feeling it wants an up-levelment. And it kind of has Aries energy, like it's trying to really energetically encourage you from the back round into a more positive situation. So yeah, it's kind of, it could be a spirit. It's almost like human. It feels like this pet is almost like human. It could even be interesting. It even could be a human, because this interesting, because I'm getting a sense that it may have I'm hearing maybe a walk-in or some sort of association. This pet may have an association with somebody that you've somebody that's passed on, even. I'm hearing like it could have that sense of association, or it might actually be, and this doesn't happen all that much, but it actually might be a human, a reincarnation, or even an angelic or guide or something, but it almost has a human like almost mother-like vibe over you. It's like that's the energy that I'm getting. It's almost like got that mother type vibe. So yeah, that's what we've got. And it truly cares about you, and it's your greatest cheerleader. Maybe even the only cheerleader you have right now. But it wants you to have better people that are of a high standard. It wants you to lose the psychological stuff in your psyche that's very, very unpleasant. I'm hearing it really wants you to lose that and to move to the next level. It really wants to up-level you, but better people, better places, better things for you. Very focused on you as Pettit. All right, that's all we've got. Have a terrific day. Bye-bye.